Hi everyone, this is Chitika.
Hi everyone, this is Selena.
And you're listening to the Working Knowledge Podcast. Welcome to our series finale. In case you missed the first episode, we're laying all of our episodes out as a collection that we're calling a series. So our first series has been New Grads, Now What? And today is our last episode of the series. So to mark this super awesome occasion, we have two very special guests on the show. Hello, welcome to Michael and Maria.
Welcome to Michael
college.
And Maria. Welcome,
Hi.
Michael and Maria.
Hi. This is where you put in like an applause clip or something.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So as you, if you're listening to this, you probably know that the title of the episode is Friends Forever. And
So cute.
We've invited our friends from college to come talk to us a little bit about, being new grads within the last year or two, and figuring out how we have managed to stay friends despite not having classes together for the last so long. Mm-hmm. So why don't we start, Michael and Maria, why don't you say hello, tell us a little bit about yourself, or we can start talking maybe by telling everyone how we know each other and how we are in this wonderful friendship today. This is a great space for you to talk about what great friends Selena and I are. But
yeah. Michael, you go first.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll do our first day introductions, I guess.
Oh,
Hi,
well,
I'm Michael.
actually, Michael's been on one of our pods before. He was on the thesis one for the Designing Activism podcast, if you guys are returning listeners from that. But you can do your intro again anyways.
Yeah, I'm Michael. I'm 23. I'm colorblind and allergic to bananas. Should I talk about you guys now?
Well, no, it's okay.
Yeah, Maria can say hello, and then you can talk about us for the next 25 minutes.
Oh
okay.
I'm only partially kidding. Okay, go ahead.
Hello, I'm Maria. I'm also 23. Fun fact, me and Michael grew up really close to each other. Little town in Pennsylvania. I've known Chitika for almost 5 years. That's a pretty solid friendship.
Oh, that's a long time.
Yeah.
We've all known each other for almost 5 years.
It's almost exactly 5 years.
Yeah, exactly 5 years, pretty much.
Well, yeah, Monday was our first day.
I say this because me and Chitika calculated our friend anniversary.
It's coming up. It's September 18th.
How do you know?
We calculated.
Well, I guess we're doing the stories now.
Okay, sure. Go for it.
We have this photo that we insist is the beginning of our proper friendship. What were we doing? You tell the story.
It was after one of our class, we were walking around campus, and then we were with a group. We split off from everyone, and we were just hanging out, and we were on the grass, and you just took a photo of us.
Yeah, that sounds so romantic. And then 5 years later, I went back to the same spot and asked her to marry me. Wouldn't that be great?
That would be great.
That would be your perfect kind of meet cute, Chitika.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would cry.
You would.
And say yes in case anybody was wondering. Yeah, I don't know. We always laugh about it because it's a really bad picture.
Yeah.
So we're laying on the grass and I took a selfie. So we're at this really gross angle. But we went through the pictures. I dug through my photos, and the date according to my old iPhone records was September 18th, 2015. So that's we had some other options. We were it could be this day, it could be this day, based on the pictures. And then we chose September 18th because some other dates were they had passed by the time we started talking about it, and we were well.
Yeah.
So something good happens on September 19th, but I forget what. Not with us.
Oh.
Someone we like. I think it's some famous person has their birthday on
What?
September 18th. I mean 19th. So it's a really great 2 days for us, but now I've forgotten who it is. So I suppose it doesn't matter.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, September 18th is my brother's birthday.
Oh,
There
that's
you
awesome.
Yeah.
We can do a joint party one day.
Who are you people?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah.
Love that.
That's the story.
That's our little story.
What's yours? I actually don't know your story.
I
Yeah,
don't even
same.
know our story. Michael, do you know how we met?
Ours?
I mean,
Well, we sat next to Well, we were all in the same program, which is kind of how we all
that should
know
be
each
in
other
context,
freshman
like...
year. First day we were forced to have the same schedule. And then Chitika and Maria, I think we were in the same elective English class too, right? Intern?
Yeah.
With
the
Maggie?
teacher who, she looked like Lorelai.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
Peggy
Yeah.
Carter.
Okay, anyways, back to me and Selena. Our desks were next to each other, but Selena was never in our studio space for those first couple of weeks.
Yeah.
For like the just like drafting part before we were assigned seats.
I was
So we
like,
didn't
I already
really-
knew how to draft, so I didn't like spend time in studio, and I had friends outside of studio at that time. So
She learned
And we,
how to
like-
draft at the academy.
no, I learned how to draft at Sam Fox at Wash U. I took a pre-college thing there.
All right. I just
that's-
wanted to say the academy. Sorry, go on.
That's how we met. And then we lived in the same dorm.
Yeah.
And there's pictures of us from when I was rushing.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in like the one common space with everyone I was rushing with. And I think
We were.
there's a
that's
picture.
so weird.
Yeah. But I don't
think,
know.
like,
I don't
Everyone.
know. We don't have a date.
Yeah, we don't have a date. I just remember like everyone that you were rushing with, all the brothers that were at our dorm, I was already friends with. So I guess that's like
because they all kind of lived in your wing
yeah.
mostly.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's
Wow.
our date.
Wow.
Some point
now we're
in
here.
September or October of 2015.
Mm-hmm.
We have 2 months. You guys just have a day.
Ooh.
Listen.
Chitika, do you want to tell our story
Oh my
of
god.
how we met?
Such a good story. I gotta find. I have the pencil. I probably do. So the first week, or was it O week? It was
O
orientation
week, yeah.
Yeah. O week. We had like the school specific, like department specific outings. So we all went to. I think it was all of CFA. Yeah, CFA went to Children's Museum, and we hadn't even met at this point.
No.
Yeah. And so I don't know how. I think I knew Hamza a little bit, like before coming,
How?
to campus. That's a whole other story. There was Google Hangouts happening like over the summer.
Oh gosh.
So I like got on one because I was like, oh, I want to know like people, and so that's where I met him and a couple of other people you guys also know. Anyway, yeah. So because I knew Hamza, I was like, we were chit chatting, and so he was like, oh, this is Michael, like, and I was like, hey, what's up? And then for whatever reason, Michael thought like we're getting on the bus, and he goes like, come on, Chitika, and I'm like.
I remember.
And he was calling, and I didn't like really. I was like, okay, but he was like calling everyone, names. Like Kiana was there, and he was calling her like Kiki, and like he was calling Hamza Hammy, and I was like, oh yeah, this is like a nicknamey kind of crew, cool. And he goes like, come on, Chitika, and I'm like, I guess I have a nickname now too. So I didn't say anything, and he called. We get to the museum, and we're like going around and doing all this. Oh, no, this I think you got corrected before we got there, but at some point Hamza was like, why are you calling her Ichika? And then he goes like, I'm ready for you to be like, yeah, it's like a nickname I gave her. And you go, well, that's because it's her name. and everyone is just like, and I'm like, oh no. Like, no, we seem to have, no, that's not my name. Yeah, so then he learned my name for once. And
It was an honest mistake.
I know. I thought it was hilarious. And so when we went to the museum, there was like, towards the end, there was this like pencil engraver thing that they had.
Mhm.
So I got a pencil with Ichika engraved on it.
Oh my god, I didn't
So-
know you had a pencil.
Yeah, I do.
That's cute.
It doesn't look good spelled out. It's like a very weird looking word.
Because it's literally spelled Ika. It's
Yeah.
not flattering.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's also where the playlist name comes from that Michael made me.
It's
but that's a
Chichi's.
whole other story. Yeah. Yeah. Then it became Chichi, and it's gotten out of control. So
It turned
We
into a
just-
real nickname eventually.
yes, it did. Yeah. People like I've had people see my Spotify and then be like, "What is that playlist? Why does it sound like a disease?" So anyway,
Love
The
it.
rest is history.
Chitika, how do I know you? How do we meet? Or like, how do we become friends? I remember you were handing out Oreos in first year,
oh,
but we didn't really like hang out. That's just like how I like knew of you, I think.
okay. Can I just take a second to say that Oreo thing was like the most brilliant thing I have ever done? Literally, it was so quick in terms of like getting to know everyone. And everyone was like, "Oh, hey, like she's super nice. She gave me an Oreo," and I was like, "Yeah." Sorry.
Quick tip,
Um,
hot tip.
I mean, yeah, that's how I met a lot of people, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Because they'd be like walking by my desk, and because I had the aisle desk. Oh, I had the one that was like, I don't know who allowed that, but like, remember the desk that had like the like a foot and a half of space between the wall?
Oh
and the
yeah,
desk?
they used to not put the desks up against the windows. They used to have like an aisle between the window and the desks.
It was like tiny.
Yeah, it was really tiny. And then like when people would come by there, they would like knock shit over all the time.
Yeah,
But
and
I
I
remember I was coming by and you're like, "Oh, do you want an Oreo?" And I was like, "Okay, I'll take an Oreo."
And then usually the person that takes an Oreo feels compelled to like say thank you and have a conversation with you, and then that's how you make friends.
Oh, I'm pretty sure I didn't have a conversation with you.
Well, you were. That's why we didn't actually become friends until later. That's on you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. But we like became better friends in
second year.
Second year? Yeah, I think second year.
I don't know what we were doing second year.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yes.
It might have
Probably.
been AIS, but I think we were like sort of aware of each
It
other.
was
before
coffee
that.
o'clock. It was because of the
Oh.
coffee o'clock cards. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's an event that I was in charge of at the time, Coffee O'Clock. We like bring coffee and donuts late at night on Sundays. And I think I asked you to help me, and then you got involved, and then you got involved in AIS. So
I did.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. We used to go around
Exciting.
studio screaming, "Coffee o'clock!"
Oh my god.
Michael, you do a really good impersonation of like me and Selena doing that.
I haven't practiced in so long. I have a video of Selena from the end of our quarantined education of her yelling coffee o'clock
Oh, I
at
love
like 10
that
o'clock
video.
on a Sunday.
That's
I'm
so
still
It's like
sad
3
they didn't
seconds of me
include
just
that.
zooming in on her. What?
I'm sad they didn't include that in the graduation like thing, because you
Video.
sent that in.
They didn't seem
for
to include a lot of people.
the graduation thing. Yeah, I know.
So, obviously, I meant to say this because it's like in the script, but we have some really cute stories, you guys. I think
I
don't know,
you
I didn't
guys
really
have a
think
cute
about it.
story. Michael and
I
I
mean,
just
yeah.
like somehow met. I don't know.
I feel like that's more appropriate for mine and Selena's friendship versus
Yeah.
Maria and Chitika's friendship.
That's also true. That's
It's
fair.
more of a silent agreement between us.
Yeah.
Cool. I guess we're friends.
This is happening now.
Yeah.
We'll live together for 3 years at one point.
Yeah, we lived together. We've done too many projects together. We're basically we can't get out of it at this point.
It's too late.
We're trapped.
I
Our
hear
friendship's
it.
a job.
There's something that I think it used to like circulate a lot in high school or like middle school, where like if you like have been friends with someone for 7 years, you're like lifetime friends. Like that bond never breaks. It's
Oh,
just like
God.
things. Yeah, so we're very close here.
No,
We're 2
that's
years
believed
away.
to be a real
2 more
thing.
years.
Yeah, is that really a real thing?
I've heard
I
it
thought it
before.
was. I thought there was
I've
like
heard
some
it.
real person who published something, or it was like cool enough on Facebook in like 2008 that like enough people saw it that everyone just bought it.
Yeah, more the latter. Were you gonna say something?
No, I was just testing.
She like leaned into the mic to like kind of say something, and then she said no, as you heard. So, okay. Well, so I guess we could talk a bit more about like present day, because we all like have lived apart for different periods of time. I think it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's funny because I had another newer friend tell me like yesterday. He was like, "Oh, like my friend circle and I aren't like doing such a good job of staying in touch." And he was like, "You have such a popping social life." And I was like, "What do you mean?" and then I like
social life.
I was like, "No,
Ooh.
I don't. I just had like dinner with Maria and Elena on Saturday, and then we had movie night on Sunday, and then tomorrow I'm recording." And I was like, "Okay, maybe I do have a popping social life." So I don't know what it is. I mean, like maybe we can all say what we think about like how we're staying in touch, because from what I've heard from only my sample size of one person, we're doing a better job than most people.
One people would agree.
I mean, we've been doing movie nights for the past like 5 weeks or something like that. Like,
If you're gonna come to the next one,
oh yeah, Maria
Mulan.
hasn't been a part of it, but she's coming to the next one.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch Mulan when it comes out. Even though it might not be good, we're still gonna watch it.
It's okay.
Yeah, we'll see. But like me, Chitika, Michael, Alina, who is not here, and
She's at
Z.
work.
Yeah, she's at
Who's
work.
not
so
here
she's
always
gonna
sounds like so. She's just at work, everyone.
come. Yeah, Alina and
She's a
Z are at
flirt.
work, so they couldn't come. But because
They're
they have
real
jobs.
people.
Yeah, But we've been doing movie nights, so we watched the Twilight series. Very interesting. That was Michael's first time watching it. I thought that was very
I learned
amusing.
a lot.
Yeah.
I was very underwhelmed.
Yeah,
a lot
it
less
is very underwhelming.
sexually charged than I remember.
It's about the tension.
No, it's about Mormonism. We
Yeah, it's
researched
about
this.
Mormonism. Actually, though, once I found out that Stephanie Myers was Mormon and like a lot of the lore and whatever was based on Mormon beliefs, that kind of like changed everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing.
This is a revelation.
We'll get into
for
this
you.
later. It's a whole other episode.
It's a whole other episode. But yeah, we've been doing movie nights, so that's how we've been staying in touch. At least that's how we have. So
I don't know. We have our group chats.
we have our group
have each
chat.
Each other memes.
Yeah.
What?
I think that is true. No, that's like such a big. There was, of course, it was like a meme about memes. It was a meta meme. Sorry.
Not to be confused with ketamine.
I'm glad you said that because that's what I thought I said, and I was like, ketamine? Anyway, but you know how there's like 5 love languages,
No.
and
Yeah,
Okay.
there are. Oh my! Take the 5 love languages test.
you know this.
We did
Yeah.
the quiz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
what
Mine
are
is
your love languages?
well, there are 5 that like everyone has like
Yeah, let
different
me look 'em up.
that they do. So there's physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, acts of service, and like gifts, exchanging
Receiving
gifts.
gifts. How did you remember all
Yeah.
of those?
Do you know
She's
me?
smart.
Do you
Yeah,
know?
was a
yeah,
minor.
that's true.
It's
You
not
would know.
even that. I've taken the quiz a stupid number of times.
Do you get the
And-
same result every time?
Yeah, it's gifts is number 1, and words of affirmation is 2.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, I've never met anyone who like gifts was number 1. Gifts is normally like the bottom of the list for everyone.
I
that
know
talk to.
that explains a lot because like nobody likes giving gifts, so I don't feel.
Wait, is
loved.
it giving gifts or receiving? Gifts?
receiving.
Yeah, it's usually receiving, but like if you're big on receiving gifts, usually you also like communicate that way. Like you give gifts to people you care about. And gifts isn't like it's some people think it's like about being materialistic, but it's like more thoughtfulness. Like this is a gift, this coffee for those who are not seeing this, you know. And in my language, like cooking breakfast is a gift. It's like, well, that's more act of service, I suppose. But it's just like if I say I like something and then I like find it in my mail, or like it's my birthday present that year, like it's more about like remembering what I like and things like that. So it's really easy. You just have to buy me like a book and I'll love you. But the meta meme was about how like memes is a 6th love language. Because people just like, if they send you memes, it means they're like thinking about you or they like want you to laugh and whatever. It was like half a joke, but I wonder if it's kind of true, right? Like you always like, everyone has those friends that they're like always tagging in comments on like other posts. And you can always tell like, you can kind of like watch other people's relationships play out online. Because I'm like, oh, you tagged, oh, that's funny. You guys have an inside joke about this. Nice. Which is like weird because it's really public. But I don't know. Maybe that's the strategy is like everyone needs to just tag their friends in memes and like send each other stuff all the time rather than have a conversation.
I feel like that would be my love language. 'Cause I suck
Michael
at
and I send
communicating.
stuff to each
I
other
just
all
send
the
people
time.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I send you
Yeah.
mostly like dog pictures though.
It's always dog things. with
Yeah.
us. Not always, but 99% of our conversations are about dogs.
Yeah.
Well, I always get a lot of like catalogs from Michael, like Burberry, like released a new bag, and I'll just be like, oh wow. It's like funny because it's never like I don't know. It's always such a like ridiculous thing, but it'll be like we both really love like Burberry. How did we come to Burberry? I don't know how we decided we like.
You used to have that
Because you
scarf.
asked for something Burberry, didn't you?
But that was after
Well,
you. Tell.
Chitika and I came to an agreement that if I got her something Burberry as a gift, I would never have to get her a gift again. So what I got Chitika for her 22nd birthday was Burberry socks. Because anything more from Burberry was not in my budget. But I also love socks.
Wait,
So
this
we're
receiving
kidding.
gifts love language thing makes so much sense now, Chitika.
I know.
So now I'm waiting
love
for
it.
my Burberry from Chitika.
Yeah, I'm starting. I will first get a job, and then I will start saving money at the rate of like $1 a day, and then in like several thousand days, Oh, that'll only take a few. If I really put aside $1 a day for your gift, I'll probably be able to get you a Burberry something in like a couple years.
You could get a decent bag in 3 years.
That's true.
That's why he keeps sending me pieces so that I know what, like, if I ever have the money.
Well, you know which e-toad I want, so it's
Yeah.
fine.
It's like
True.
wedding rings. Like, Michael's basically sending you a wedding ring, like, choice ahead of time.
Yeah.
You can
Just
propose to me with a Burberry
no pressure. I would have to take you to the Children's Museum and then gift you a Burberry bag. Wow, that would be great. I think he would cry if I did that.
bag. I probably would. I'm gonna cry at a wedding. I'm gonna cry at everyone's weddings.
You're
Sorry.
expecting a lot from some people.
Do you want to hear something? I cried the other day watching Jim and Pam's wedding from The Office. So the bar is really low.
I just meant, no. My bar was like getting married, not like the cute wedding ceremony.
Actually getting to the wedding part.
Yeah, like the ceremony is not I would expect you to cry at my court wedding. But it's the being in a situation to get
The
married.
judge will have to tell me to like shut up and escort me out. I'm like, we can't do this. It's just signing a piece of paper.
Oh man. What's your love language, Maria?
It was words of affirmation, right? And then there was a second one, I think physical touch or something.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, we just always say nice things to each other.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
As you pet her shoulder.
I know what I'm doing.
She's like petting me.
Physical touch.
Yeah. Well, Maria's like version of physical touch is also like she'll pat you on the head.
That's
Does
true.
that count?
Yeah, I guess.
Are you gonna do it?
Or like I poked her tattoo yesterday and she like freaked out.
Oh yeah, she like poked my like shoulder tat, and she was like, "Oh, your tattoo's so pretty," and she like gave it a little scratch, and I was like, "Oh, well, thank you." It was just funny. Yeah. In case you can't already tell, number 5 on my list was.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh. What are your guys's? Wait, I remember Selena. I think yours is physical touch. Maybe this virtual.
I think mine
friendship
was
works well
physical
for us.
touch and quality time. Yeah.
That's a good one.
But it's
I
been
feel
a while
quality
since I've
time
taken
makes
it.
sense for you.
Yeah.
I think, well, I feel like this concept of like quality time is so interesting when you're like far apart because of like Netflix party or like movie night is quality time, but we're like not there around each other at all, which is like, or we're not even always talking. I feel like it's sort of an easy thing to do in a way, to like spend time with people you're not living with, but like, you know, like
Yeah.
still do your
Mhm.
own thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. What I really like about like movie night is that, you know, we've had like, I don't know, like we've had people who like live with us now, like come join in sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So like my brother will sit in, or like, you know, obviously Nate will watch Mulan, I assume, if he wants to.
Yeah.
But yeah, like the sense of like you can live with other people, but like the movie night is sort of expandable as a friend hangout, as opposed to if you're like getting dinner with your friends in person, it's a little more exclusive.
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 Invite only.
Ooh.
Yeah. Or like room at the table only. Like virtual space isn't limited by that.
That's true. Yeah, that's a good
So.
point. How have you guys been maintaining your friendship though? Because I know Maria graduated before we did, so she's
Yeah, I
been
graduated
away.
in 2019.
2019. Now she's going to grad school.
Yeah.
Making waves? What's the phrase?
Making moves.
Moves?
Making moves.
Making the move.
Making the moves.
Except no
Making
moving.
waves is like causing chaos.
I mean, good.
Like maybe?
I don't know. I feel like because we've been friends so long, like basically we just text all day, like the minutia of our day. So it just is a good way to like maintain contact.
Yeah.
Because she'll just be like, "What are you doing?" And I'll be like, "Making a sandwich." And she's like, "What are you doing?" And then we just go off like that.
That
You
is
know, it's
true.
accurate.
I'm cracking up because it's so true. Yeah, it is the little details.
Yeah.
I think that comes when like there's versions where, you know, once you like go apart, you can only keep track of the big things if you like talk at once every often, which is also fine. Like that's one version of things. And then another is like all the big stuff is always cut up. So there's never like a huge story to tell, and then you're discussing like what you ate, which is I think it's a good way to feel like we're there, like because we were roommates for a long time too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys, as like former roommates, do you feel like you are curious about what the other person is like eating or something like that? Do you like play out each other's routine in your
No,
head?
I wouldn't say that we
Not
do.
really.
No. Maybe we're just not those kinds of people, but yeah.
Well, yeah, because I feel like when we were roommates, you would like come home from studio and we would just do like an information dump
Yeah.
and we would just catch each other up on our day. And now we kind of maintain that.
I just like storm into the room and be like, "You won't believe," basically.
Yeah.
And Maria came to all the reviews that almost all of them
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
over the years.
Did you come to our final review?
I came to the last one that was in person. Your
No, you watched the thesis one too, didn't
yeah, I
you?
watched the yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember at your thesis last year, they had us like go around and introduce ourselves, and everyone was like, "Oh, I'm like a fourth year. Like I'm interested in seeing what the studio is doing." And I was like, "Hi, I'm Chitika's best friend. I wanted to see your review."
And
So
right
cute.
after, it was really funny. I remember Mary Lou was touched, but right after you, it was Dave of Scarlett and Dave.
Mm-hmm.
And then I guess Dave was like really enamored by what like Maria said. He was like, "Cool, I can be myself." And he was like, "Hi, I'm Dave. I'm Scarlett's boyfriend." And I was like, "You amped her." No, it was cute. It was cute. Yeah. So they were like the two supportive crowd people. Yeah. And everyone was.
They
like,
went around and
cute.
introduced everyone in the
Aw.
room?
Yeah,
Because there wasn't that
Oh,
many
okay.
people like standing around.
and it was the review for the community forward studio, but there was like a really long table, and we were all sitting around it, so everyone was invited to like sit at the table. It was
I
like
see.
a
Yeah.
performance of the process in a way, very layered. So yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I don't think Michael and I have ever been like super into each other's minute details. Maybe I haven't, at least. Maybe I'm not a good friend. I don't know.
No, that makes it sound like you're a bad friend. I think you're right. Well, I mean, like, we lived together for a long time too.
Yeah.
And like you said, we did a lot of projects together, and some of those projects extended through breaks, so it was like a lot of time of being together. And us kind
Yeah.
of, I feel like we're
just like
focus
comfortable.
more on the big things and
Yeah.
then cherish like, let's go get dinner, or let's go get movie, or
Yeah.
like, let's go get movie.
Let's go go watch a movie.
I'm not in school anymore, it doesn't matter. Or like, I'll go with you to get your bubble tea and I won't get bubble tea.
Yeah.
Or I'll bring you
quality
bubble
time.
tea and not get myself any, and then get really drenched in the rain. Do you remember that time?
Was that you?
Did I do that?
That was Michael. I think it was for me and you, Selena.
don't
Or it was
think
me
so.
and another person.
I don't think it was
But
me.
my-
I
Why
feel like I
was
would have
I-
remembered that.
I have a picture, and I like
you can like
captioned it
paint this
husband
fantasy.
material.
It can be like your own Nicholas Sparks novel.
It
Me
happened.
running into the building drenched with 2 bubble teas.
That is literally what happened.
I have no memory of this.
You were going to Oakland to get like food with someone, and you were gonna bring it back, and you were like, "Oh, I think I wanted to come, but I was like working," and you were like, "Oh, I can just bring you back bubble tea," and I was
Was
like,
it, like-
"Really?" And you were like, "Yeah."
Do you remember what semester this was? So I can figure out who I was with and why I would do this.
Maybe it was with Kiana, because Kiana gets bubble tea sometimes, doesn't she?
I've
No,
never
I mean,
seen Kiana drink bubble
Oh.
tea.
You got
Maybe it's
yourself
not
something too.
Maybe it's Alina?
like
Yeah.
I don't know. You went with someone to get food, and then you did bring back bubble tea. It was a
I
thing
guess I would have went to like Hello Bistro or Oishi or Piata or something. And then-
somewhere. Yeah, but you had like 2 bubble teas, and you know how it's like the egg crate thingy, like the holder.
Yes, and it was
Yeah.
falling. I went with Hugh.
Oh.
There you go.
We went to Hello Bistro.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Hugh probably
This was
went
fourth year.
to get bubble tea too, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But who was the second tea for? You got me one, and then there were 2.
Maybe it was for me, but I
Probably
have no
Selena.
knowledge of this.
Yeah.
I don't know who else I would have gotten bubble tea for other than you two. I mean, like
Yeah.
maybe Alina, but like I feel like it.
She doesn't get it that
Wasn't-
often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you were just like, I have a picture of you just like clutching 2 bubble teas with like a completely dissolved like recycled
Just,
carton.
Like, a wet cardboard.
Yeah,
wrapped
like
around
under
my
it.
fingers.
Yeah, it's hilarious. And
I do remember this now.
You were just like dripping. It just like for absolutely out of nowhere started like torrentially raining, and it was so funny. And somehow you had the patience to like stand for a picture too. So
because I think we walked there, and then I think it started raining
on the way
and
back.
we went to take the bus back, but it was just too much time outside between bus and destination. Yeah.
This is why we need like bus shelters. Well, not this. This is the only Michael's bubble tea adventure. It's not on the top of the list. I meant more like protection from the elements in general. Yeah. We'll save that for the bus shelter episode.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, I feel like that's a lot of like teaching moments / stories for people who are listening. So the way to keep friends is to like, I guess like be friends for a long time in the
be friends for a long.
Also,
be friends for 7 years.
We're not there yet. We might not be
there.
friends.
2 more years from now, and then we will be. So
then we'll know.
Close.
We'll do another episode at that point and see if we're still friends.
Wait, you guys, it's true though, because I've had friends like in high school that I was like, we're like tight, and we don't talk anymore, and we never hit the 7-year mark, and that's why.
I mean, I'm still tight with my friends in high school. Like, we don't talk much, but we're still like really good friends.
No, the ones that I crossed 7 years with before leaving high school, we're still friends. But the ones that I like, well, because I did a K through 12, so I knew some people from like middle school through high school. Yeah. But if I met somebody in like 9th or 10th grade, like there's a lot of those people who I was very, very close with, and we just don't talk anymore. Not because of anything. I think maybe it is the shared experiences thing, right? And one could argue that like 5 years at like college or like 4 years at college is really like intense. So maybe that meets the like 7-year normal requirement. Maybe. Because I'm assuming it's 7 years with a family, and like you mean like your office friend for 7 years is like your lifetime friend, but maybe your like college friend for 4 or 5 years is already there.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Because we spent so much more time together. Like we were in a lot of the same classes. We would go and get dinner. It's not like we kind of went to school for 7 or 8 hours and then went home and like maybe talked to someone if we had a project with them. It was like we were constantly working with each other. We ate a lot of our meals together.
Like every meal together.
Yeah.
We like made weekend plans and
did
things with like the same people.
Also because like our major, and Maria's for a little bit at least, was architecture. So it was like a super like close environment. So we were all like, we were basically together 24/7 at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
All struggling together.
I feel like anyone that survives like that square assignment together that Gerard has you do.
That was such a nice assignment.
I love that assignment. I don't know what you're talking about, Chitika. That was a great assignment.
It was great, except for the part where like you sweat on your piece of Strathmore. And then you have
I never sweat on my Strathmore.
All right. I'm just me then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was a fun project. I liked it. It was really easy for me. I know like people did it like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. No. It was like enjoyable, but I feel like it was very high stress because it was like hot. And then like I remember I don't know who did it. Somebody like, because you had to have like the logo on the right spot on the paper, like the
lower right hand corner.
Yeah, and someone had it upside down and they had to redo it because their like watermark or what is it called?
That sucks.
You remember that?
No, I remember I sat next to Brandon and he finished it in like 20 minutes.
Brandon's like a crazy drawer. You can't compare yourself to Brandon.
Yeah, he just like literally 20 minutes got up and it was perfect.
Yeah,
that's my recollection of that.
Yeah, I just remember how hot it was in there like the whole time.
Yeah, well, that was like the first few weeks of school, so that was like the prime time in September. It was super, super hot in Pittsburgh.
No AC and windows that barely operated.
Yeah, and like one fan for the entire studio.
Oh, the like sound of those industrial fans kind of haunts me.
Yeah,
I know. You couldn't like hear each other. How did anyone have any conversation? How are we friends? I don't know.
With Oreos, Chitika.
Yeah, Oreos.
I didn't know you did that.
Yeah.
I missed out on an Oreo.
You could have moved your date up to whenever the Oreos day was.
Yeah.
That's
instead
true.
of September 18th.
Man, she was a tough one. No,
I
I'm
was
kidding.
not.
I think it was me. I
You
was tough to be friends with for a while. I was like, Maria's talking to this like guy you think is cute. No, it's like, don't have to go there.
Maria's gonna kill you. You're never gonna make it to your 5 years.
7. What are we at? We're at 5.
5.
5 and like 2
exactly
weeks.
5, pretty much.
We're 18 days away from our 5th. Oh my gosh.
18?
You're
Girl, what kind of
15.
math are you doing?
Oh, it's
15
3rd.
days.
It's the 3rd? It's
Since when was I
September.
better at math than you?
You're not. I just don't know what day it is. Oh man. I was going somewhere with something. Oh, I was just gonna say we should like package together some like tips for our listeners who have friends who they don't talk to anymore or like just graduated and are like, what do we do? What do you guys think? Words of wisdom from Maria and Michael. How to keep friends in the pandemic when you're not in school, or even when you're in school. How to keep friends. Period.
While you're virtual.
You can spend way too much time on your phone and send people way too many memes, and then have them only look at half of them. And then whether they like it or not, you're constantly in their DMs, and then they don't have a choice but to be your friend.
A great strategy.
Yeah.
It works for me.
Yeah.
I feel like I would say just like text people, because I feel like during the pandemic I've gotten so many random texts from people I haven't really consistently talked to in maybe 6 months, and they just reach out and you're like, oh my gosh, and you just start a conversation, and it's like kind of surprising the amount of people that will just talk to you that you haven't had like a consistent communication with, and then you just start talking like every day. At least that happened for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Just don't be afraid to send that text. Shoot your shot.
God.
That's what she told me, and then I got ghosted. No, I'm kidding.
No.
Moral of the story, don't listen to Maria.
Yeah.
No.
Don't listen to any of the advice. Just kidding. The memes.
Don't
one's good.
text people.
Don't send the memes.
Excuse me. No, I'm a really bad texter. People can text me and I don't respond to them for like 5 days. Not because I'm like afraid to answer them, because I know exactly what their message says. I'm just kind of like, I just don't.
You just
really
don't
bad.
want to.
I'm a bad boy.
I think you'll have like unanswered texts from people, but then you'll still be sending them memes, and it'll be.
Oh
like,
yeah, for sure.
Can you just answer my text?
That would
It's like
annoy
you can
so
text me,
much.
you can call me, you can message me on Messenger, and I won't answer you, but I'll send you 10 memes right after you send that text.
Gosh.
I answer eventually.
You're exaggerating. You're a much better texter than everyone listening to this thinks now.
Mm-hmm. Or at least to us,
Everyone
you are.
texts
I don't
Michael.
know.
What's
I
your
have
number?
2 people to answer from 5
I'm just
days
gonna
ago
like
still.
issue your phone number on this podcast. Sure. Everybody text Michael at I don't know your number. Remember the days when you used to know your friends' like phone numbers?
Yeah.
I don't know anyone's phone number.
The only phone numbers I know are my parents' and my sister's cell phones.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't even know my brother's cell phone number, actually. But
And Soulja Boy's number from that one song.
Oh my god. It ends with 212, doesn't it? I don't remember the rest of it. It's like 867.
678.
678 999 8212.
There we go.
All right. Well, I think that's all we have for today.
yeah.
Do you wanna close this out, Selena?
Sure thing. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Can you do that?
I think it depends on what platform you are. You can rate the podcast, or you can give it 5 stars. Give us 5 stars on iTunes, or subscribe. I think. I don't know. We're
And
not really.
we can follow on Spotify.
Yeah, you
do
can follow on
that.
Spotify. We're not really into like the ratings thing. We're just doing this for fun. So
And
Until
to
they
stay
get
friends.
a 5-star review.
yeah,
I mean, if we get it, we get it. And we'll be like, oh, thanks. But
yeah.
this is
All
mostly just our way to like not lose touch.
This
honestly.
is me and Chitika's way of staying friends. Tips
Yeah.
and tricks. All right. Do you guys have any other last thoughts, or is that? I think we're good.
678 999 212. I was so off
Everybody
key.
go call Soulja Boy.
Mm-mm.
Ugh. That makes me think of going to like the Catholic school dances in 7th grade.
God.
Oh my god, stop. Too soon.
You know what I mean.
I do.
What a great note to end on.
All right. Thank you guys. Everyone say goodbye.
Bye.
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 Thank you. See you guys next time.